Guys, Miles here at Tactical Hyve. It's another Thursday, so that means it's another live fire video for you. And we're going to carry on or continue where we left off on Monday. And all we're doing is we're working on basics, and it's that firing hand and the pressure that you're supposed to be applying. And remember, there's a lot of techniques, but the technique we're going to be covering is using C-clamp pressure with our firing hand. Now remember, you're gonna be applying pressure all over the grip, but if you were to prioritize where to apply that grip, you want forward and back. And we talked about this, the reason being is that it can help regulate the muzzle flip or the muzzle rise. The fingers pushing down or pulling into the front strap will help actually bring your muzzle down, whereas pushing on the back strap will help prevent it from dipping, because as the muzzle comes down, if you don't have a lot of pressure here in the back, it will dip. Then you have to wait for your sights to go back up, and it takes a longer time to take a shot. So now we're going to be doing this live fire, and in order to do this, all you really need is a target, your pistol, but if you do have a shot timer is going to be one of the most important things or tools, one of the best investments you can make in improving your marksmanship. So I recommend this. I'll leave a link to this particular timer as well, in case you're unfamiliar with them. And I'll get to this. This will be in the latter part. But what we're going to do is you're going to get a target. It can be any comfortable distance that you want, okay? And I'm going to explain the drill as I'm doing the actual live fire exercise. All right, so I'm in front of the target here. I'm going to load and make ready here. And I'm going to talk this through really slow, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take 2 shots, but you do not want to take 2 single shots. Remember, in a previous video, I talked about how you can take a shot and kind of wait a long time, you take another shot. That's 2 single shots. What I'd like you to do is you're going to break a shot, immediately reset and prep, because we've gone over this many times in this series, and if you're new to this series, then you might want to watch the previous video so you understand what resetting and prepping means. But in terms of the timing, after you break a shot, you're going to get off the trigger, come back on it, and then take another shot, okay, as soon as your finger comes back onto the trigger. So I'm going to demonstrate what we don't want to do, okay? So we don't want to do this. We don't want to take 1 shot, we wait, take another shot, okay? So that's 2 single shots. We want to break the shot, reset and prep, take another shot, okay? You don't have to go that fast. However fast you move your finger is the speed that you want to go. You just don't want to wait that long to take a shot. And what we're doing here is we want to see the pattern of your shots. Now remember, this is only one component. We're talking about one single component here. There can be other things going on, but remember, we're taking baby steps. So if we don't address your issue today, it doesn't mean that all is lost. We have to combine everything, then later on everything will gel together. So what we're going to do is this, 2 shots, and remember, you're hyper-focusing on the C-clamp pressure. What we're going to look out for is this, as the first level here, okay? You're going to be aiming in, and you want to equalize the pressure of your C-clamp, and take 2 shots. As fast as you can reset and prep. Remember, have good follow-through, you have a reset and prep, you're in a prep trigger here, then you're going to stop. And I want you, as you're doing these reps, you're constantly paying attention to the C-clamp pressure. Don't worry so much about the target just yet, okay? You want C-clamp pressure the entire time. After you break the shots, then you're going to ask yourself, do you still have the C-clamp pressure? If you do, great. Remember, we're keeping things real basic right now. The idea here is just to focus on your grip pressure. The target is there just for reference, but don't get sucked into the target yet, because we need a hyper-focus on the grip. Okay, as a beginner shooter, you might get overwhelmed and you're forgetting to focus, okay? So now what we're going to be doing is this. If your shots are in a defined zone, let's say right now I'm using an IPSC target, it's A zone, they're all in, so that's great, okay? That's more than enough. I'm not searching for that small group. Why? Because the lesson is about grip pressure, okay? Now we're going to take it to the second level. The first level was just taking shots at a decent pace and making sure you have good pressure. Okay, the entire time. The second level, this is where the timer is going to come into play. The idea here is I'll share kind of the bird's eye view. The idea is you want to take 2 accurate shots and begin to shorten up the split time. What is the split time? It is the time between your shots. So the first shot and the second shot, you'll have a split time. And timers will give you that. We're not looking for blazing split times, we're just looking for improvement. Remember, why are we covering the C-clamp? The idea is we want to start taking faster shots, right? And in order to take faster shots, we have to regulate the muzzle movement, the muzzle rise. The more it rises up and the more it dips, the more we have to wait to take a second accurate shot. So what's better? Taking a shot, the muzzle goes directly where it started from and doesn't really move that much, or it going way up and then way down and we're us waiting. Clearly the first one. So this is what we're working on, and by having a shot timer, you're going to be able to determine what those split times are. And when you look at your shots, if everything is accurate and your split times are less, okay, they're actually faster, that means things are working. If your split times are still roughly the same, that means we need more work to do. Okay, so I'm going to just demonstrate this, how it will work here. Okay, and remember, it's not about speed right now. It's just about learning the proper mechanics. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 shots and I'll share what my split times are. Okay, remember, you don't have to go quick. So my split time there was a .30. Okay, so that's my baseline here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to do this drill and see if I can maintain that .3 split time or increase the speed while making sure I still have accurate shots. Now, it doesn't have to be a small group, but I just want accurate shots. So now I'm going to do something incorrectly here. I'm not going to apply good C-clamp pressure. I'm just going to have a really loose grip on the buzzer here. So as you can tell, just from hearing it, we don't even have to look at the timer, the split times were longer. Why? Because I didn't have good C-clamp pressure and I had to wait much longer for my red dot to be on target, because remember, we still want accurate shots. So now, let's remember the first time was a .3 split. So now I'm going to do this again and try to really speed it up a little bit more while maintaining good technique. Okay, so still accurate shots. Now that one, the split time was .27. So faster than my previous time, and still the shots are accurate. So that's what you want. There's nothing magical about this. It is just a methodical way to approach your training, learning the mechanics. Remember what I said, this is just dealing with the strong hand, okay? Your firing hand. There's still a lot we need to do with this, but again, baby steps. But if you hyper-focus just on the C-clamp pressure, focus on level 1, which is we're just taking 2 shots, making sure we don't lose this pressure, and then level 2, use a shot timer to ensure that you are actually increasing your split times while maintaining accuracy. That is going to pave the road for success as we add more layers, okay? Don't feel discouraged if things are not perfect yet. Remember, little by little, every week we're adding on to this. And if you did your dry fire correctly, this should be a breeze. Well, I hope you guys liked that live fire video. Remember, there's a lot of different techniques out there, but this is a very common one when it comes to applying grip pressure with your firing hand. Don't get discouraged if things are not working out exactly the way you want to. You're going to see improvement. And remember, the idea here is to hyper focus. It's not really about looking at the target. It's about hyper focusing on your grip pressure. So as always, please give us a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.